Good evening, sir. This is Sala George Gideon, and my register number is URK21CS5011. And today I am going to explain my record about which is about dictionaries in Python. And the aim of the program is first program is given the following dictionary. Inventory is equals the first key is gold and the value is 500, and the second key is pouch, and it is a list of words. The first word is flint, twin, and gemstone, and the last key is backpack, and the values are xylophone, dagger, bedroll, and bread loaf. So, um, what we have to do is add a key to inventory called pocket. Set the value of pocket to be a list consisting of strings, seashell, strangeberry, and lint, and sort the items in the list stored under the backpack key. Then remove dagger from the list of items stored under the backpack key. Add 50 to the number stored under the gold key. So this is the aim of the program. And before going to the algorithm of the program, let's get into the program. This is the dictionary they have mentioned in the program, in the aim of the program. And in the first problem statement, add a key to the inventory called pocket. They have asked us to create a key called pocket. So we have done that, and set the value of pocket to be a list consisting of strings, seashell, strangeberry, and lint. So the value should be a list of words which are seashell, strangeberry, and lint. We have done that, and actually the dictionaries, we all know the dictionary can be updated directly, which is not which is isn't possible in the case of tuple and sets. So it is possible for inside list and dictionary, we can change them directly. So I have changed in the sixth line, I have changed it directly. And coming to next problem statement, dot sort the items in the list stored under the backpack key. So here I have accessed the values of backpack stored under the inventory dictionary, and here the values of this key are inside the list. This is the list present inside the dictionary, so we have accessed here and we can sort because it's a list. So here using the sort method I have sorted, and that's what they have asked. And in the next problem statement, then remove dagger from the list of items stored under the backpack key. So here I accessed the backpack key inside the inventory dictionary, and the values which are present and the values in the in this key value pair, the values are stored under the list. So I can remove the dagger using remove method. This remove method is present in is one of the methods for list. So I can do that. And the final problem statement is add 50 to the number stored under the gold key. So I have to add 50. So here by directly I have added the integer value 50 to it, to the gold key. And finally, to get a better view, I have printed the dictionary in this format using first statement for keys comma values in inventory dot items. This is one of the method in dictionary. This that is dot items. So here I use the print function to print all this. So now let's run this. We have got the correct output. Gold is increased by 50, and here pouch is as this, and the backpack is sorted uh, as as per the line 7, and we have created the key pocket and the values inside it in the problem statement. So this worked well. So now let's get into the algorithm. let's see let's see whether we have done whether we have done in the correct format. First we have initialized the program, and in the second step create a new dictionary called inventory using curly brace format. We have done that. Create key value pairs as mentioned in the aim of the program. We have done that. Update the dictionary inventory by a new key called pocket. Yes, we have done that. Set the value of pocket to be a list of strings, seashell, strangeberry and lint. Yes. Sort the items in the list stored under the backpack key using .sort method. Yes, we have done that. And in the seventh step, remove dagger from the list of items stored under the backpack key using .remove method, which is a list method. Yes. And in this eighth step, add a value of 50 to the number stored under the key gold by directly updating the dictionary. Yes. And in the ninth step, by using print function, print the result of each problem statement of the program. Yes, we have done that using for loop. And this is the program which we have seen before, and the output screenshot is this. We have seen this before too, and the final result of the program is executed as mentioned in the aim, and the required output is shown on the output screen. So now let's get to the next program. So the aim of the next program is follow the steps below. Create a new dictionary called prices using curly brace format. Like, put these values in your prices dictionary, and the first value is banana, the key is banana, and its value is 4, apple 2, orange 1.5, pear 3. Loop through each key in prices. For each key, print out the key along with its price and stock information. Print the answer in the following format: apple price :2, stock :0. Let's determine how much money you would make if you sold all of your food. Create a variable called total and set it to 0. Loop through the prices dictionaries. For each key in prices, multiply the number in prices by the number in stock. Print that value into the console and then add it to total. Finally, outside your loop, print total. Now let's see what we have done in the program. So as they said, we have created created a dictionary by name prices, and the values are as per the aim. The first key is banana and its value is 4, and the second key is apple and its value is 2. The third is orange and its value is 1.5. The last key is pear and its value is 3. So this is the dictionary they have asked us to create, and we have did it. And coming to the next problem statement, loop through each key in prices. So they are asking us to loop through each key in the prices, and between this, for each key, print out the key along with its price and stock information. Print the answer in the following format. So to get the stock information, we have to create here for my compatibility I have created another dictionary called stock. In this I put all the stock value of each data items used in the above dictionary prices. So here, as they have said, using for loop, they have asked us to loop through the items which are present in the dictionary prices. So I have done that in the 14th line, and in the 15th and 15th, 16th, 17th lines they have asked us to print this to print these values, the items inside the price dictionary, and the items some items inside the stock we have stock dictionary which we have created, and they have asked us to do this in specific format, and I have followed that in between 14 and 17 lines. And now let's check this, and before checking we have another thing. Let's determine how much money you would make if you sold all of your food. So create a variable called total and set it to 0. So I have done that in the 19th line. Total is set to 0, and loop through the prices dictionaries. Okay, for each key in prices, multiply the number in prices by the number in stock, print the value into the console, and then add it to total. So finally outside your loop, print total. So looping through the prices dictionary, I have to multiply it by the stock value so that we can get the price of each item. So by doing it for every data item, when being iterated, when the prices dictionary is being iterated, we can get and in between this we have to add this value to the total, the price of each data item to the total, so that we can, after looping through all the items of the prices dictionary, we can get the total of the total of all the data items and its cost. So we have done this in the 20 and 21 lines, 21st and 22nd, 20 and 21st lines, and in the 22nd statement we have printed that, and in the problem statement they have asked us to print the final total value, so we have done that. So now let's check this. As per what they said, we have done that. This is the dictionary they have asked us before. They asked us to create, so we have created that, and this is the format they have asked between this 18 and 12 lines, and we have done that. First they have asked us to print the data item, we have done that, and its price and its stock, and we have done that to all the data items. So finally they have also asked us to print the value of total, and here it is. The answer is 57. So we will also verify whether it's correct or not. So 4 multiplied by 6 is 24, and 2 multiplied by 0 is 0. So here the total of these both data items is of banana and apple is 24 plus 0, which is 24, and now the price of orange is 1.5 into 12, that give the final will be 6. So 24 will added to 6 is results in 30, and the price of pear is 3 and the stock value is 5, and they are multiplied, the total value of pear is 15, and 15 when added to 32 is 57. So finally we have got the correct output. So now let's get on to the algorithm of the program. Now let's check if I have done the exact thing or not. In the first step we have initialized the program, and in the second step create a new dictionary called prices using curly brace format. We have done that. Insert the key value pairs into the dictionary as mentioned in the aim. We have done that. Using for loop, in the step 4, using for loop through each key in prices. For each key, print out the key along with its price and stock information. Yes, we have done that. In step 5, define a variable total and assign it to be 0. Yes, using for loop through the prices dictionary. For each key and prices, multiply the number in prices by the number in stock, and we have to add this to the total, and finally add the value of product to total in each iteration. Yes, using print function, print the result of each problem statement of the program. We have done that, and finally stop. And we have seen this all in the previously in the program, and this is the program we have done before, and these are the output screenshots. We have also seen this before, and the final result is the program is executed as mentioned in aim, and the required output is shown on the output screen. So we will get on to the next program. So the aim is follow the steps. First, make a list called groceries with the values banana, orange and apple. So parallelly we'll check in the program too. First, they asked us to create a list which is named as groceries, and the value should be banana, orange and apple. Yes, we have done that. And in this second problem statement, define these two dictionaries. They asked us to define these two dictionaries. They already have given the key value pairs and the name of the dictionaries, and we have also done this in our program. And in the next step, define a function compute underscore will that takes one argument food as input. The argument should be food, and the name of the function should be compute underscore will. In the function, create a variable total with an initial value of 0. So we have to initialize a variable called total, and its value should be 0 for each item in the food list. That is the argument which I have passed to the function before. Here this denotes the food list denotes the food which we have passed into the function, and what they said is add the price of that item to total. In the food list there are, that is groceries. In the groceries list there are 3 items. Here they asked us to add the price of each item to the total, and finally return the total. We have to return the total value of total from the function, and ignore whether or not the item you are billing for is in stock. We have to simply ignore the items whether they are present inside the stock dictionary or not. Note that your function should work for any food list. So though we change the food list, it should work for, this function should work for all other food lists too. And we have, and now let's check this. In the 21st line, in the program, in the aim of the program, they have asked us to send food as input through the they have asked us to pass the argument that should be food, that should be named as food. So I have assigned groceries list to food. So here in the 23rd line I have called the function, and the function is they said us to name the function as compute underscore will, and we have done that. And the parameter I have taken is x, and after that they have told us to initialize a variable total, and it should be 0. And using for loop I have looped through the prices dictionary, and here I have accessed the prices dictionary, and I represents the each item inside the groceries list. The first is banana and the second is orange and the third is apple. So they will come here in each iteration, and the prices of them which are present in the prices dictionary will be assigned to the total, will be added to the total, and here finally I have written the total from the function. So in the 23rd line the value of total will get printed there. So now let's get on to the next problem statement. Make the following changes to your compute bill function. So they are asking us to make some changes to the same function. That means we have to update the function which we have used before. So we have done that. We will see in next few minutes. And here the first sub problem statement is, while you loop through each item of food, only add the price of the item to the total if the item's stock count is greater than 0. If the count of stock is greater than 0, which is present inside the stock details are present inside the stock dictionary, and if the stock item of specific data item present inside the groceries list is greater than 0, we have to add that price to the total. Here they haven't mentioned the total variable, but here they are asking us to update the compute underscore bill. The variables which we have used in prior to this problem statement, we need to also initialize them in this time too. So here in the second sub problem statement, if the item is in stock and after you add the price to the total, subtract 1 from the item's stock count. So it's here it says, if the item is present inside the stock, we have to create an if statement to see whether the item present inside the groceries list is present inside the stock item. So this is a one if statement, and we have another if statement present inside this one, which is add the price of the item to total if the item's stock count is greater than 0. So we have to access the stock dictionary to check whether the count of that count of that particular data that item present inside the list is greater than 0. So here we have to use another if statement, and after checking all these things while looping, we have to check this while looping using first statement, and finally after adding to the total, subtract 1 from the item stock count, and we will see this in this program. As they have said, we have to update the function. We have updated the same function. This is the same name, we have seen it before, and I have called the function here in the 35th line, and we'll move on to function. Here this is the same local variable I have used before, and here also have assigned it to 0, and using for loop for I in x. Here I denotes the here in the 34th line I have passed the food list as argument inside the compute underscore bill function, and here the parameter is x, and inside the function total is assigned to be 0, and in the 27th line the for loop is begin, and if as they have said, if the stock count of that data item is greater than 0, it should be checked if it is 0, if it is greater than 0, if the stock count is greater than 0, and also the data item should also be in stock. So it's also checked here. So the item should pass through all these three if statements, and finally if if the specific data item is passed through these if statements, the total of that the price of that item will be added to the total. Here initially it is 0, now here after getting into it the total will be increased. And finally they have also said us to subtract the count of stock by 1 of that particular item by 1. So we have done that. So if the specific data item is passed through all these if statements, it will the the stock count of that particular item will also be subtracted by 1. If not, it won't be subtracted. So after looping through the data items present inside the food list, the program will be the function is ended and the return and the total is returned here in the 35th line. And here also the count the stock dictionary is also updated here, because in the 31st line inside the function we have subtracted the data items if it's present inside the stock dictionary. So not all the data items, but some of the data items will be decreased by 1, and we will also see this in the program while running. Here, as we have seen, the total price of food items is 7.5. We'll check whether it's correct or not. Here the price of banana is 4, and the price of apple is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 plus 1.5, sorry, 6 plus 6 and 6 plus here it's 7.5. That's it, we have got the answer 7.5. And next, total price of food items excluding those items having stock less than 0. Here, that is in the second problem statement, we have excluded the data items which where the stock items are less than are equal to 0. So here the stock value of apple is 0. The data items present inside the food list are banana, orange and apple. The stock count of banana is greater than 0, and also the stock count of orange is also greater than 0, but while coming to the apple it's equal to 0. So here when passing through the if statements, it will be excluded. And finally 1.5, the value the orange is 1.5, and the price of banana is 4. So 4 plus 1.5 gives 5.5, and the answer is output is correct. And also while passing through the if statements, here the banana and orange will get passed into the if statements, and finally the stock value of them will also be subtracted by 1, and we will also see this because banana and orange are passed into them, they'll get decreased by 1. So banana should be 5, yes it's 5 here, and apple is 0, yes it won't be changed, and orange should be 31, here it's 31, and here it's 15 as it is, because it is present inside the groceries list, which we in the two functions we haven't passed the peer because it's not present inside the groceries list. So the program is correct. We will get on to the algorithm of the program. Let's see whether we have done it correct or not. In this step 1 we have initialized the program. In this step 2, make a list called groceries with the values banana, orange and apple. We have done that in the beginning of the program. And in step 3, create 2 dictionaries by names, prices and stock, and insert the key value pairs as mentioned in the aim of the program. Assign the list groceries to a new list type variable called food, and create a function by name compute_bill. Pass the list food as an argument into the function. Inside the function, create a local variable called total and assign it to be 0. For each item in the food list, add the price of the item to total from the prices dictionary using for loop, iterate each food item of the parameterized list and return total from the function. And in the step 7, assign the value returned from the function compute underscore bill to res1. So in the step 8, update the above used function compute underscore bill with the following changes. Pass food, that is list, as an argument into it. Inside the for loop of the function, make use of an if statement such that items that has stock value more than 0 should be added to variable total. And also check whether the food item is present in stock dictionary. If so, subtract the count of stock of that item by 1. Prices of items that pass all these conditions are added to local variable total. So banana and orange will be passed. So in this step 9, return the value of total from the function, assign the returned value of a value to a new variable rs2. Using print function, print the returned value of each function used. Finally, print the updated stock dictionary too. So in step 12, it stops. We have done all this in the program, and this is the program we have used. And here here these are the output screenshot, and we have seen this too. And the final result is the program is executed as mentioned in A, and the required output is shown on the console screen. So now let's get on to the last program. The aim of this exercise is to make a gradebook for teachers students. Try to follow these steps. Create 3 dictionaries: Lloyd, Alice and Tyler. We will see this parallelly. This is a pretty big program. Create 3 dictionaries: Lloyd, Alice and Tyler. Give each dictionary the keys, name, homework, quizzes and tests. Have the name key be the name of the student, that is Lloyd's name should be Lloyd and Alice's name should be Alice and Tyler's name should be Tyler, and the other key should be an empty list. Now copy this code. They have explained what to do in this problem statement, and the values of homework, quizzes, tests are given in this piece of codes, and we have copied the things here in these lines. Here in this program I have imported the random module, and I will explain this in the next thing. Below your code, create a list called students that contains Lloyd, Alice and Tyler. We will see this again. Below your code, create a list called students that contains Lloyd, Alice and Tyler. So in the first problem statement, here I have used like this, problem statement 1. In the problem statement 1, they have told us to create 3 dictionaries called Lloyd, Alice and Tyler. We have created them, and we have, using print function, we have printed them on the console screen. And in the problem statement 2, which we have seen now, they have asked us to create a variable name students, and we have to assign a list which consists of Lloyd, Alice and Tyler, and they have said that, and using print statement I have printed that on the console screen. We'll see this in the end of the program. And getting on to the next problem statement, write a function average that takes a list of numbers and returns the average. Here they haven't mentioned the numbers of list should be these and these, specifically these or those. So I have randomly created a variable which is a list type variable, and the numbers inside them are something I have taken randomly, and I have used only for this for this problem statement. So inside this problem statement, define a function called average that has one argument numbers. So the argument should be numbers. So I have created that. We will see that. And inside that function, call the built-in sum function with the numbers list as a parameter. And store the result in a variable called total. And we will see this also. Use float to convert total and store the result in total. Okay, and divide total by the length of the numbers list. Use the built-in function length to calculate that, and finally return that result. And we will see this. And this is the problem statement. I think I have missed the problem statement 3. We have seen the problem statement 4 now, and I'm sorry, we will see that next. So in the problem statement 4, which we have read, that here the function is called res1. Here res1 denotes average of numbers. Here they as they have said, they told us to pass numbers as argument into the function average. So I have passed that. Here I initialized numbers to be a list which consists of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here this is the function definition, and the parameter I have sent is x. And inside that they have told us to pass the numbers list through the built-in function sum. So I have done that, and they have also told us to assign this to a variable total, and I have done that. And they have asked us to pass the total through the float built-in function, and we have done that. And the same thing was assigned to the variable total. And in the 43rd line, total is they said as the total should be divided by the length of the numbers list. So we have done that. Here x denotes the numbers, so it will be exactly divided by the list of the data members, the number of data items present inside the numbers list. So this is equal to the result which they have told. And finally I have returned the value of total from the function. And here in the 47th statement, the value of it will be printed. So we will see this problem statement 3 now. We have skipped it. I'm sorry for that. For each student, here it is. For each student in your students list, print out that student's data as follows. First, print the student's name, and print the student's homework, and print the student's quizzes, and print the student's tests. So we will see this. And using for loop, while iterating each student inside the students list, I have done this. First, print the student's name. So in the here students is, we have seen that here students is a list which consists of Lloyd, Alice and Tyler. So here the first I represents Lloyd. So there is a dictionary which we have initialized before, that is Lloyd, and the key is name. So the name of him, the value of this key name will be printed here, and exactly in the same process, the same format, the Lloyd's homework value will be printed here, and the value of quizzes and the value of tests will be printed in the respective lines 34 and 35. And also not only for Lloyd, and because we are iterating here through the using loop, the values, the details of Alice and Taylor will get printed here, and we will see this at the end of the program. Well, now let's go on to the problem statement 5. Write a function called get_average that takes a student dictionary like Lloyd, Alice or Taylor. Here I use the random module you see in the program and as input and returns his or her weighted average. I will get on to this sub problem statement. Define a function called get underscore average that takes one argument called student. So here a student must be passed as argument to this function. So it can be Lloyd or Alice or Taylor. So and in the beginning we have created a list called students which has these two students, these three students Lloyd, Alice and Taylor. So here I use the random module to choice and the method I have used this choice method, random dot choice to choice between these three students which are present inside students list. So there I have implemented the random method, and in the sub problem statement 2, make a variable homework that stores the average of student. Here average represents the function which we have seen before, and we will see that again. Make a variable homework that stores the average of student. If it's Lloyd, the value of Lloyd's homework value will be must be stored into the homework. So the average of Lloyd's homework value will be stored into the homework variable. So in the next line, repeat step 2 for quizzes and tests too. So we have done that in the program. You will see that multiply the three averages by their weights and return the sum of those three. Homework is 10%, quizzes are 30%, and tests are 60%. And we'll see this. We have been discussing about problem statement 5, and here in the 62nd line, res2 equal to get underscore average of random. I have said that here I use random dot choice of students. Here I have passed students as the as the argument. So in the 63rd line I have called the function here, and now let's check the 51st line. Here this is the definition of the function, and here x is the parameter. Here they have said that average of students homework. So and it should be, here average is the function which we have used before, and it should be assigned to the variable homework. So we have done that, and using the same thing we should also do we have to do two quizzes and tests too, and we have done that, and we have stored them to a variable called quizzes and tests. And coming to the 56th line, they told us to multiply it by the by their respective weights. So the weightage of homework is 10, so here I multiply it by 10, and they have showed us the percentage symbol. So I divide by 100. So for the quizzes it's 30%, and for its tests it's 60%. I have done that, and finally they have asked us to return the sum of these three things. So here they are multiplied and divided by 100, and here those three variables are returned from outside the function. So and the result will be printed here in the 63rd line, and we will see this in the afterwards, and we will get on to problem statement 6. Define a new function called get underscore letter underscore grade that has one argument called score. Expect score to be a number. Okay, and inside your function test score using a chain of if else statements like so. If score is 90 or above, return A. I need to return a here, and if using elif, uh, if it's 8 or above 8, if it's 80 or above 80, I need to return b, and if it's equal to 70 or above 70, I need to return c, and if it's equal to 60 or above 60, it should be d, and if it's below 60, I need to return f. So finally test your function, call your function get underscore letter grade with the result of get underscore average of Lloyd. So they have told us here print the resulting letter grade. Now let's check this. This is the as mentioned, I have mentioned this as problem statement 6. Here in the 80th line I have printed that I call the function. The function is get underscore letter underscore grade of score. The score is they also told us about the score. The score is get underscore average of Lloyd. So they have mentioned that the Lloyd dictionary should be passed through this get underscore average function. And finally, and this is assigned to score, and here the score variable is passed through passed as an argument inside this function get underscore letter underscore grade. So we will see about the function. This is the function definition that is in the 66th line, and if the and if the grade is if the score is equal to 90 or above 90, I need to return the string a. If it's equal to 80 or above 80, I need to return b, and if it's equal to 70 or above 70, I need to return c, and if it's equal to 60 or if it's above 60, I need to return d, and else I need to return f. And using print statement, I have printed this value in the 80th line, and we will see finally. So coming to the last problem statement, define a function called get underscore class underscore average that has one argument students. So we have already initialized the students before. You can expect students to be a list containing your 3 students. We have done that before. And first make a list empty list called results. For each student item in the class list, calculate get underscore average student and then call results dot append with that result. Finally return the result of calling average with results. Okay, we will see this. And finally print out the result of calling get underscore class underscore average with your students list. Your students should be Lloyd, Alice, Taylor. We have already done this before in the first problem statement. And then in the last one, then print the results of get underscore letter underscore grade for the classes average. So we will see this. This is the last problem statement. This is problem statement 07 as per as I have assigned, and we have again they have told us to do that again. So we have done that. Students equal to it is a list of these 3 students, and here this is the function. The function is assigned to res3. So here I call the function in the 92nd line. Sorry, I call the function in the 93rd line. In the 93rd line, I call the function. I pass the res3 to through this function. Here res3 gives the total average. You will see this. Here the classes average. Here the classes average is being given by res3, and we have passed the res3 into the get underscore letter grade. So finally we will get the grade of the class as the final problem statement. So here we will see about this. We have passed x as the parameter, and results equal they as they have said result should be a empty list, and we have done that. Using for loop, I loop through the values of students, that is Lloyd, Alice and Tyler. So get underscore average, the average of that first student will be appended into the this empty list, and this will be done for 3 students. And finally I have returned uh, uh, the both average, the 3 averages of those 3 students. So now we will check this. As we have seen the problem statement 1, we have printed the 3 dictionaries. One is Lloyd, and the second is Alice, and the third is Tyler. And in the second problem statement, it is students. We have printed the list students, and inside the list there are Lloyd, Alice and Tyler, and they are dictionaries. So it looks big. Actually, this list consists of the 3 dictionaries. And in the problem statement 3, they have asked us to print that these details in the specific format, and we have done that. And in the problem statement 4, in the problem statement 4, they have asked us to give the result of average of numbers of list. We have randomly taken they asked us to send numbers as parameters, so we have taken a new variable called numbers, and we have put some values 1 2 3 4 5 into that list, and we have passed it into that function. So the result of that function is 3. So we also know the average of 1 2 3 4 5 is 3, so the output is correct. We have done that correctly. And the result of get underscore average function, so we have here in the problem statement 5, we have implemented the random module, so it can the average can also be here. We can't say specifically it's the average of Lloyd or Alice or Taylor. It can be any of them, because we have used the random module here. We have implemented the random module here. In the problem statement 6, it's the grade of Lloyd. We have passed the Lloyd's average here inside the program. So this is the grade of Lloyd's average. So in the final problem statement here, result of function get underscore class average. Here the total average of the class is 83.86666 and so on. So here we have passed this average to the grade function. So the finally we got the classes average grade, that is B. So that's it. We'll see, and this is the algorithm of the program. And coming down, this is the program. We have seen it before, pretty long program. And these are the output screenshots which we have just seen. And the final result of the program is the program is executed as mentioned in the aim, and the required output is shown on the screen. And that's it. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.